Hello, gorgeous Geminis. How are you guys doing? Welcome on into your reading with me. I'm going to dive into it. I've just been letting everyone know in the beginning that I'm thinking of doing some different things. So if anyone wants to leave their feedback in the comments about what you'd like to see on here, what you think I could do better, etc., constructive criticism, if you will, then make sure you guys leave that below. But anyway, let's dive into your reading. Let's see what's going on for my gorgeous Geminis. Let us see what is going on for you. Starting with oracles, as always. Let's dive in. For my gorgeous Geminis, please, for the first week of September. This says higher power. Okay, number 4. Dealing with your foundations, very important, but this feels like you're spiritual. So they show me your body is a temple. I'm feeling some of you might need to meditate a bit more. Some of you do need to sit with yourself a bit more, because I'm just seeing a very strong core. I don't know if that represents a fitness, but I just feel like your core needs to be strong. Your body is a temple, but that also is about your mind, body, soul. Okay, that's what they're calling it. That's your, maybe even there's another one here. They're saying the 4s: mind, body, soul, heart. Your feelings, your emotions, either way, that's your foundation. But higher powers, of course, you unlocking your third eye, starting to see more signs, synchronicities from the universe, right? Stepping into your higher power. So if you're having really crazy dreams, there might be something there for you to help you understand what maybe you need to clear out, what you need to step into, right? When we think about higher power, it does feel like you're connecting to something much greater than what's on this physical world, meaning you're tapping into the spiritual realm world. All right, anything else? Little moonology card for you, Gemini. It's go deeper. New moon in Scorpio. So new moons are about new beginnings. So there's a new energy coming up for you guys this week that they really want you to take advantage of. And it's in Scorpio. So the layers, the taboo, right? Diving deep under the layers. It says go deeper. Interesting. Higher power, go deeper. It's like as above, so below. It feels like the more that you're connecting to the divine, the deeper you're going within yourself, and vice versa. The deeper that you're going within yourself, the more that you're connecting to the divine. So it feels a little bit like I'm seeing this duality. Oh, it's very interesting. Okay, either way, go deeper. Not everything can be explained from the surface level. So your task this week is to go deeper, which makes sense. For you, Gemini, you guys are all about knowledge and learning things, right? You guys are very, very good at that. You're Mercury ruled, so you love information, you love intelligence, you love all that kind of stuff, and communication, all that stuff. But they're calling for you this week to not just skim the surface of information, go deeper. Okay, so really tapping into your spiritual gifts, your intuition, but also understanding things on a deeper level is important. Anyway, someone asked and requested to get a few tea leaf tarots, so I brought it back for you guys. So you have crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. So that could be like a business idea or anything like that. It's about a birth of something. You have throne, stepping into a position of authority in your life. Older woman will be important for you this week, so pay attention to who that might be. And on top of go deeper, you have forest, which is interesting. Muddled, unclear thinking. Interesting. So one thing that's very important to say is that because you have higher power, which is again unlocking more information, right? Seeing things more clearly through a third eye, not your 2 eyes, is important, because maybe something looks a little bit confusing with your 2 eyes. But if you go a bit deeper, maybe tapping into your intuition, which again is opening up this week, you're going to find some clarity over something that maybe you need to. And again, maybe that's business. Maybe that is to do with, I don't know, an answer you're looking for in life. They're calling you to go deeper. The answer is not in your physical world. It is, but it's hidden. It's in your spiritual world. Interesting. All right, well, let's dive into your tarot. I always say being a tarot reader is sometimes like being a bit of a detective, because it's like, what does this mean? All right, anyway, let's see. What's the overall energy of this week for Geminis, please? What is the overall energy of the first week of September for Gemini? The Star. Well, because this is coming up on top of throne and older woman, it feels like this could be related to you having some sort of wish fulfillment. The star is also about spiritual cleansing for me, really getting down to like your purest form. So again, could really be healing some deeper stuff. But it is of course about wish fulfillment, reaching your dreams and goals, and getting clear on those. And the star is also giving back to the world as well. So let's dive into what this is really meaning. Why is the star card here the overall energy of the week? The Page of Cups, interesting. So that again can be about healing your inner child for sure. Diving deeper a bit here. I do feel like if that's the case, you guys are getting, again, more information about something that you might need to heal, but this is helping you to glow and grow. That's what they're showing me. Interesting. I do feel like you're going to shed some spiritual tears or real tears, you know, about something that you're understanding is going on deep down. This feels quite deep, which makes sense with your reading. Okay, anything else about the Star card and the Page of Cups? Usually, again, a Star card, the Page of Cups for me is like a surprise, an emotional surprise. So with the Star card being there, it could also be that you guys are actually reaching a dream or a goal here. And yeah, and that is bringing some emotional, I don't know, some emotions are coming up because of it. It's like kind of getting choked up a little bit, like wanting to cry. Sometimes it can be sad, but this looks very good for you. I feel like you're fully cleansing something. Now, Four of Wands with the Star and the Knight of Cups, some of you, this is love coming in for you, or diving deeper into a current relationship is really helping you get clear here. Four of Wands, again, just reaching a dream and a goal. Like it's 11/11, it's reaching a milestone in life, completing something in some way, because they're celebrating that this treehouse is finally complete. So it makes some sense then that you guys are actually going to be celebrating something this week. And there's a lot of emotions involved. Some of you, this again will be love, right? Someone could be, I feel like if you're in a relationship, that the both of you are actually going deeper within your own feelings and emotions, and that is really strengthening connection, like spiritually diving deeper together, which looks very beautiful here. But outside of love, this is really about emotional evolution, which is interesting. So Page of Cups, which is like your inner child a bit. Star card is spiritual healing and wish fulfillment. Then we have the Knight of Cups, which is a little bit of more progress. And the Four of Wands, which again is about wish fulfillment, but more material world. So I do feel like because of some sort of enlightenment or healing that you guys are going through, or some gratitude that you guys are focusing on, some spiritual cleansing. I don't know if you'll be crying this week, but it feels very pure and it doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel like sadness. It feels like relief. There's some relief coming through. You're healing something that you feel relief about. Some of you are going to have a baby for sure. We have a stalk here, if I'm not wrong. And that could be the positive news. Congratulations. Congrats. That could be what's getting you choked up, you know, could be healing your own inner child as well in some way, or wish fulfillments. Anyways, a lot of messages coming up with that, to be honest. Let's see how you are showing up. Let's see the energy of Gemini. Energy of Gemini, please. I just have to say, for some of you, if you are like conceiving at this time or finding out, I do feel like it's a boy, but let's just find out. That of course won't be for everyone, but hey, that's what I'm seeing for someone out there. Anyway, let's see the energy of Gemini this first week of September. You're showing up as the Knight of Cups again, so it does look quite good. We have the Knight of Wands too. Let's figure out why we have two knights in your energy. Why is the Knight of Cups here in energy of Gemini? That definitely feels like the Tower card again can be scary. It's Scorpio energy, but it doesn't feel scary at all. I do feel like again you're healing your old because this is a card of nostalgia in the past. Most of the time, so you guys are really healing old wounds for sure. You guys could definitely be reminiscing, looking back at certain times. And the Tower card seems scary, but it's not here. I really feel like it's something breaking down and revealing something. It feels internal, like the spiritual cleanse. Okay, anyway. And the Lovers being here. So why is the Knight of Wands here? Page of Swords. That looks good for career. So there's two things that are going on here. Number one, you guys are really diving deep, connecting to your higher self with that Hermit being here. And I think that's helping you to cleanse emotionally. And then I'm also seeing, and spiritually. And then I'm also seeing that you guys are also making progress in terms of career. Maybe getting new ideas, right? The Knight of Wands is feeling more ambitious about life. And the Page of Swords as well. There's two things I'll say about that. Number one, I think that you're gaining more curiosity about your direction in life. So some of you could be deciding that maybe you want to travel for a living. Maybe you want to be, maybe you want to change your job to have more freedom, right? The Knight of Wands and the Page of Swords does look a little bit here like you guys are figuring out where you want to go, what you want to do, and then you're going after it. There's a lot more free-spiritedness coming from you during this week. Okay, I like that energy. Now with the Hermit being here, of course, it's about looking at things through a higher perspective, looking at your journey through life and figuring out from there where you want to go. The Hermit is about assessing, coming from a place of wisdom and understanding to move forward, right? Coming from experience as well. So I wonder if there's something that you can have experience in already that you can teach others, for example. But anyway, the next thing I have to say about this, Page of Swords can sometimes be triggers, right? Can be a triggered energy. And the Hermit showing up here in the Tower card can look like you're understanding your triggers and you're helping them to fall away. Okay? With the Hermit being there. Okay, lots going on in your reading. I'm not gonna lie. Right, let's see what's going on in your challenge for the week. What's the challenge this week for Gemini? The Five of Wands. A conflict. We're going to figure it out. Why is the five? And it can also be procrastination and maybe even the muddled, unclear thinking. So let's figure it out. Why is the Five of Wands here as a challenge this week for Gemini? Why is Five of Wands a challenge? Wheel of Fortune and Two of Wands. Now the Wheel of Fortune is great. Two of Wands is great. Both of those represent expansion in life. And I wonder if this means that you might be outgrowing certain things and some people might not really see your vision, see your goal. Maybe it means you have to let go of certain things, right? You have to kind of let go of the old season to fully embrace new ones in life. But all of this is about luck and expansion. Five of Wands just feels a bit like there's conflict here. Or uncertainty, maybe even about where you want to go moving forward in the future. But I think that's going to get clearer. Clarify the Two of Wands being a challenge. Strength card, that's not bad at all. And the Ace of Pentacles. I do see that things are really going to get clearer in terms of a new beginning, especially in terms of work, career, because I have to say, or finances and all that kind of stuff, because the Ace of Pentacles and Two of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune being a challenge. High Priestess. Now that kind of feels a bit very spiritual, right? It's the seasons of life. The High Priestess, you never really know what's around the corner. And that can sometimes be scary and cause us to feel muddled and unclear. And that would make sense why the Spirit's saying to go deeper, because intuitively you already can tap into what's coming up for you. Or at least be prepared for it. And so the Five of Wands. What exactly is this conflict? Ten of Wands. It feels like more about a release. Maybe you're outgrowing things. Maybe something's becoming too much work. Or again, you're coming to the end, almost near the end of... Okay, so what they're showing me, sorry that I'm yapping so much in your reading, but it does feel like you're kind of coming to the end of a very difficult path in your life. Maybe that has been full of conflict or confusion or uncertainty of what your future is and where you want to go in life. That is definitely clearing, which is good. You're not fully there yet, but this week you are moving there. As you can see, we've got a lot of changes going on for you and a lot of healing and wish fulfillment. But you know where you can kind of see the finish line, even if it's intuitively, you can tell something's coming to the end. It feels heavier. Those watermelons feel heavier on your back. It's like, you know, you're almost there. You just got a few more steps to go. But anyway, some of you will have to release and understand that you're just outgrowing situations. And even a way of thinking and being, it could also be changing as well. And you have to let it go eventually. So in a way, I like this energy for sure. Okay. Okay. Let's look at your advice for the week for Gemini. Advice for the week, please. Seven of Swords on top of the High Priestess is just very interesting because both of those represent like secrets or hidden, something being hidden. Or in this case, if it's your advice, let's figure it out. Some of you need to let go of certain things or people who are not good for you. Number one, if someone has been disrespectful to you and are still disrespecting you, but maybe you have reasons to hold on to them, maybe it's a family member or maybe it's a long-term friend, but they keep disrespecting you, it's time to let go of what you think is important because it's not as important as you think it is, and it might be the reason that's holding you back. Whatever this is, that could relate to anything as well, right? You might be holding on to something because he thinks it's important, right? It's maybe an outdated way of thinking. That you have to hold on to everything because it means a lot and you have to do it this way, but that might be holding you back more than you think. So again, outdated thinking, etc., etc. The High Priestess really is about tapping into your subconscious beliefs. Where is this coming from, and is this really working? So really looking at the root of something, tapping into your intuition so you can really dive deeper into certain information that might be hidden from you. And if this is to do with you, yeah, Seven of Swords can be that maybe there are some things that you do need to get rid of in your life, whether that be certain habits that are not very good or secrets you might be holding on to that's a good time to address within yourself too, what else? But some of you, if it's people around you, it's time to let go of things in general that just are not respecting you. Why is the Seven of Swords here in the advice? Seven of Swords in the advice. Sometimes it's my card for self-sabotage. So as I was saying, Seven and the Four of Pentacles could be again comfort zone. So let me just see. Why is the Seven of Swords the advice for Gemini? Eight of Wands. Now, Eight of Wands can be about communication. So again, it could be a really good time to see something more clearly and to communicate about it. But the Eight of Wands can also be about things moving in the right direction. It could also be receiving news, but I don't understand how that could be advice then. Four of Pentacles. Six of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, learning from the past here. Taking what you can, okay, so no longer holding on to the past, but taking what you can use from it, right? Whether it's a lesson that you've learned with the Knight of Pentacles being here. Knight of Pentacles is interesting because he's actively planting seeds. So what I'm seeing is like some of you might be holding the seeds, but you're not planting this. Maybe you've got a lot of ideas, right? And a part of your self-sabotage might be that you're not actually planting them. You're just holding on to them, but that's not growth, right? It's not who has the most seeds, it's who has the most trees. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? It's like you're not allowing things to really grow because you're holding on to it. So some of you, again, might need to become that Knight of Pentacles and start planting seeds and learning and traveling or moving, right? It's about progress and not holding yourself back either. Six of Cups could be that, again, some of you might be holding on to an outdated way of thinking, something that used to work for you might not be working anymore. It could be a good time to understand that now. And the High Priestess being here, Ace of Pentacles. So some of you might be definitely tapping into a new idea for sure that's going to give you an increase maybe in your income, in your work life, could be new for you. King of Swords, so you need to be strategic about it, okay? To trust your intuition, to be strategic about it, to step into clarity. So maybe that's why they're saying to go deeper. But a lot of this feels like planting a seed of some kind. My angels, your reading was a little bit confusing, but I hope it made sense to someone out there. If not, well, yeah, if it did, let me know in the comment section. And if you enjoyed it, make sure you guys like and subscribe. But aside from all that, I will see you guys next time.